is completely revolving around aesthetics. Okay?
This is a
It is completely revolving around aesthetics. And a lot of liberals get caught up in that aesthetics too. And even leftists get caught up with that aesthetic bullshit. Like you'll see Glenn Greenwald and Matt Taibbi and all these other people like constantly talking about like corporate woke aesthetics, as though like any fucking person that could ever care about marginalized people more than they do would have to be elitists in the halls of academia. You know what I mean? So many fucking people just hyper focus on just aesthetic bullshit. Okay? Including those who you would consider to be, you know, solid lefties or whatever the fuck. Working class and a real American in the eyes of most conservatives just means like, you know, guy who does racism. Doesn't matter if they're a fucking oil baron or not. Guy who does racism and is like oftentimes white, loves the police and is a patriot and votes Republican. Same things happen to you? What do you mean? Absolutely zero people think I am an average working class citizen. I don't fit the bill on the aesthetics part, and I don't fit the bill in general. Everyone, and I mean every single person, always says I am a bi-coastal elitist. It's not a fucking thing that I hide. I think show my disdain by laughing at the existence of Wyoming as a state literally every day, including, you know, 56 minutes ago, basically. So anyway, as the Attorney General got charged with a misdemeanor for murder. Wait, what? Anyway, it's time. It's top of the hour. It's time for a 6-second ad break. I'm going to run that right now really quickly. If you no longer want to see ads and you want to have an ad-free broadcasting experience, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, you get one free Prime. Here's the ad. How is Buddha today? I think he's doing all right. I didn't want to pry. I didn't want to like ask too much, but you know, you need to see this gas bills in Houston reaching 200K for the last week. What the fuck? Yeah, it's not regulated. You mean? Wait, no, it's $200, not $202,000. Wait, what? Yeah, no, it was false. It was a false alarm, dude. Look, it was $19, not 200,000. There's no fucking way. It's a glitch, chat. Chill. Like, price gouging will occur. Price gouging will occur. But never to this degree. You can't do that. Oh, 2021, 0216, yeah.
People hate.
Price gouging still requires people to, on the other side, to be able to pay it. Yeah, like, and price gouging is happening. It's just not going to happen to this degree. Like, that's ridiculous. Are you crazy? Why are people on contracts where the price changes every day? What do you mean? They're poor. Like, who the fuck looks at price changes? Or what kind of who the fuck looks at the fine print where they're like, oh, will they be able to I don't know, fuck me over in a time of crisis? I don't know. Let me go read the fucking agreement. No, you expect. No, it's not fake. It was a glitch. Anyway, you expect businesses to operate in a normal capacity, and you expect the government to step in, and the government sometimes will step in instances where there's like a hurricane or something, or a natural disaster. If goods providers decide to price gouge, that's illegal. Like, businesses will have to step in and regulate the market, because and this might come as a surprise to you, to all of you capitalism lovers, price gouging is simply a normal free market thing to do. Come on. There is a limited amount of supply and there is a fuckload of demand, which means if we are allocating these resources in the most efficient way possible, we're not going to do it by need. We're going to do it by who can pay. So price gouging will occur in that instance. So you made sure to wear that mask. Yeah, exactly.
Hey Hassie, love you and your work. Thank you for the entertainment.
And a big part of the reason why Texas electricity prices have soared this way is because its electricity, its energy marketplace is entirely deregulated.
WTI hitting the...
It's entirely deregulated, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. But hold on, let me just... big bag for a guy... just dropping his daughter and wife off.
Texas. Missed your stream the past few days.
At a Cancun play date.
4 months.
Okay, let's watch this.
Highest level in a year. John Defterios.
Kind of weird, dude, being upset that a dude cared for his family. Dude, you're out of your fucking mind if you think that... I don't have anything for you, dude. You're just literally the biggest, most brain-dead fucking moron I've ever met. Unless you're baiting. Like, you can't really be... I think Ted did the right thing. Fuck it, the place is shit and he has the means to go to a less shitty place. Why shouldn't he? My friend, no, it's not bait. It's real. Let me describe something to you. If you get upset about how shitty your existence is and how shitty things are here, if you ever see a massive check or, a massive bill in the mail after, I don't know,
hey,
God forbid you go to a hospital or something.
Can I get an early birthday wish?
The reason why we justify this system and don't demand more is because of cucks like you. Okay? You are exactly who I'm talking about. Your peasant mentality is so damaging. It is so brain dead that I do not know how else to talk about it. Like you are literally asking to get cucked. And I tweeted about you not knowing that you actually exist. I said Texas Republicans are pathetic and some of them will defend Cruz leaving for Cancun, saying they do the same if they had the resources. This is why so many working poor conservatives advocate to lower tax for the wealthy and then defend Trump not paying taxes as smart. Not recognizing that when you cape for the fucking wealthy this way, they're getting away with it. And you are straight up justifying that.
Ted Cruz is an American hero.
Yeah, you can ban him if he's being transphobic too. I didn't look through his... Jesus Christ.
Joins us now. John, great to have you with us. It's just a further tailwind to energy prices now that have been rising for many months.
Yes, I like the way you put that, Julia, the tailwind here, because this storm is hitting Texas particularly hard and why it's wreaking havoc on the energy market. So let's break it down into specifics, right? There's West Texas where Midland, Odessa is. That's the heart of the Permian Basin. That
Oh, if he was asking about Molly in GTRP, then that's not transphobia. Then don't ban him. Don't ban him just for being a fucking cuck.
Represents over a third of daily output. At the peak in 2020, we're talking about 4 million barrels a day, and that's grinding to a halt. Then you go to the east to Port Arthur, where the large refineries are for petrochemicals. The largest is owned by Saudi Arabia. It's called Motiva. It's been shuttered as a result, and it's not alone. And then you head south into the Gulf of Mexico there to the Sabine Pass. There's these brand new LNG terminals that export the shale gas all around the world that's been compressed. They are having problems as well. But I do see this, as you're suggesting, the tailwind, or the fourth leg is what I'm calling it, because there's other factors driving this market right now. Number one is all the stimulus money. So if Joe Biden gets his package through, we're looking at $5 trillion over a year. That's a lot of cash chasing assets right now. The vaccines are rolling out, Julia. That's a positive. It's got a long ways to go, but it's starting to restore confidence in the economy. And the last thing we can't forget, and this is something very familiar to those here in the Middle East, OPEC Plus. We had prices go negative for 24 hours back on April 20th of last year. But in May, all the way till today, OPEC's been cutting, not at 10 million barrels a day, but they're still active in the market, which raises the question here, do they come back in and start to loosen up? But I say the snowstorm is like a blanket, another layer to a very complex market. But you can see the drivers. We've had a pretty strong rally ever since Election Day in the United States.
Big mega thank yous to Poppy Hussein. You got me through my
Keystone
absolute shit job
XL
grinding for Amazon while giving me and all his plebs some great talking points. Keep on being the lightest lefty and helping his non-PhD
pool
doormats.
water to bring back
Much
home
love, Ms.
to try to use so that her kids could bathe and wash a couple of their clothes.
Yeah.
They haven't showered since
love you.
Sunday.
This is the situation
Oh
on.
gosh, what a situation. Antonia, I got to ask you about Ted Cruz with all this going on in his state.
Hold on.
The senator flew his
I gotta
family
pee. I'll
down
be
to
back in 1
Cancun,
second.
Mexico. A lot of people
same
raising
appetite
eyebrows
for
over
all
that
the
one.
entertainment.
What is the latest on that controversy, and what are Texans saying to you about it?
Well, Texans are angry, and I believe we have a copy of the statement that Senator Cruz released today that doesn't give much of an explanation of exactly why he went to Cancun or why it was necessary for him to take that trip at this time. But Texans have interpreted this as the ultimate insult. In fact, I can pull up some of the commentary that was made to me today. One family I reached out to, they said that they actually were struggling to even focus on Senator Cruz's actions because they were hunting for water. And I think that says a lot, right? Another family reached out to me and said that he needs to be here working with the other elected officials, creating avenues for us like food and shelter, working alongside other government organizations. They called it a slap in the face. And they said, are you vacationing? What are you doing in Cancun? So people are angry, and they feel like that is just the ultimate insult after everything Texans have been through this week, Allison.
Yeah, the other portion of that statement, Cruz said his kids wanted to go down to Mexico, blaming it on the kids, sir. I don't know. Antonia, you have become quite an expert in utilities, electric, water. Yeah, for real. You have become really the expert.
It's kind of wild that they're just like straight up. They're just straight up nuking them. Like, yeah, people aren't buying it.
For explaining to us what's going on, and our best to everybody there.
Holy shit.
Thanks, Allison.
It is also incredibly fucking like LA Andy of Ted Cruz to just like fly to Cancun, for the record, because that's exactly what like influencers and shit do out here. They literally would just like do a weekend in fucking in Mexico, and at some fucking mansion or some shit, and then come back. It is the most LA thing to do, which is I love that. Yeah, would be Cabo for LA influencer. Cruz is total shit, but doesn't it take attention away from the fucked infrastructure and climate problems that got us in this situation? No.
Senator Cruz is in Cancun right now, but here at his offices we say big whoop. Senator Cruz deserves to relax, unwind, unplug, recharge, like you would a power outlet, or his power grid's going to go out, and we can't be.
This is not real. This is a fucking meme. Come on, guys. It's very clearly parody. Holy shit.
Having that. You know, that's too important. So he's got to take care of his light, which comes from the inside. And it's just like, why can't he have his eat, pray, love moment like everybody else can? It's just funny to me. It's funny that whenever he's here in America and he's doing his little jokes on Twitter, everybody says, go away,
Not
Ted,
a
we
parody,
hate
Hassan
you.
is lying.
But then when he goes away to Cancun, everybody says, well, where's Ted? Why isn't he doing his little jokes on Twitter? Now,
so the problem is just like actual conservatives do make this argument. Like, maybe not the second part where they know that like Ted Cruz is horrible. Actually, no, Dinesh D'Souza literally made this argument. Dinesh D'Souza's very unironic and very serious argument was, well, you know, what the fuck is he going to do? So is Ben Shapiro. I was like, I mean, he's useless. He's useless. So, of course, he should leave and take some time off.
sometimes you just don't know what you got till it's gone. And that should be a lesson for the Americans wondering where Senator Ted Cruz is at this morning. Yes, Senator.
Sometimes difficult to identify sarcasm and parody when it literally sounds the same as what conservatives legitimately say or believe. Yeah.
This woman should have got a show
so
instead
weird.
of Sarah Cooper.
Starting to feel weird.
I don't feel so good. Ted Cruz looks so weird. Hold on.
I've never seen anything like that before in my life.
I saw the shape of his face and it looked like it was a man, but it was melting.
I'm gonna say it. Ted Cruz.
Oh, it's pretty funny. That's a good meme. It's one that I agree with. Okay, because it's fucking true. Ted Cruz doesn't have the charisma to be the Zodiac killer. Trump refuses to see Nikki Haley. Do you find it concerning that Ted Cruz is looking more and more like Pablo Escobar these days? So fleeing a disaster at home fueled by a governance failure and seeking safe harbor for those he loves most, Ted Cruz decided it was best to help his family cross the border, huh? Yeah, except the difference is like he unironically could have stayed in Texas and should have stayed in Texas because he has all the fucking resources. Whereas, you know, immigrants crossing the border do not have that same situation. Did Ted think people wouldn't care? I think he just honestly thought that people wouldn't recognize him. Like, because there's no fucking way. I don't understand how you thought that you could get away with this. Like, I legitimately do not understand that. Especially after how much you grilled people for being hypocrites and shit, you know? Kind of wild. And here's
me that unless we hold those responsible accountable for what they did, and yes, that means Donald Trump, but it also means the junior senator from the state of Texas, who I understand is vacationing in Cancun right now, where when people are literally freezing to death in the state that he was elected to represent and serve. When Ted Cruz helps to incite that sedition, seeks to overturn a lawfully, legitimately, democratically decided election, he is just as culpable for the insurrection, the coup attempt, the deaths.
Nothing will beat someone showing how gross Cruz is to his face. Sorry for the shite source. What is this? No, I don't know. You're finally awake. You were trying to cross the border, right? What? Maybe it's like the insurrections. He never thought he would face repercussions for his actions. Big case of affluenza. I think conservatism has gotten to a degree where they are so unaware. Like they just think they have so much fucking power that they literally
expected to hit this.
They just literally don't think that anyone's ever going to question their actions or motives or like they I don't think that they can envision a reality in which they suffer the consequences of doing something stupid or bad or wrong.
This week, which will make things even worse. So if you can stay home, don't go out on the roads, don't risk the ice. I was speaking this weekend with a meteorologist expert who was saying the combination of these two storms, we could see up to 100 people lose their lives this week in Texas. So don't risk it. Keep your family safe and just stay home and hug your kids.
So far,
this storm is dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, think about it this way. The conservative machine is so fucking solid at like deflecting blame away so quickly that it's entirely dependent on like whether Fox News and all these other outlets like want to defend Ted Cruz or not. Because if they do, they will find someone and they will find something to misdirect to. Just like the real reason why Texas is experiencing these problems is because of administrative malpractice, because they wanted to, they refused any sort of government regulation, any sort of federal regulation into what they do with their surplus energy, right? That's why they weren't a part of the main grid that nearly every other state is a part of, and also because of climate change, creating a situation where extreme weather conditions are now the norm, and the entirety of the Texas infrastructure is built with the past 50 or 100 years of weather conditions in mind, and weather conditions are changing dramatically as a consequence of climate change, right? So, like, all of that is shit that they don't want to admit. So what do they do instead? They rush to blame renewable energy. They rush to blame windmills. They immediately start attacking the Green New Deal. Like, they didn't even wait. They just they were on it. They were on it like a hive mind too. So you really have to pay attention to how awful they are, but how successful they are at deflecting and shifting responsibility and like focusing on red herrings, which is part of the reason why I think Ted Cruz and others just think that they can get away with everything. And they probably will ultimately get away with everything.
We're blessed this week to open our church as a shelter to take care of our fellow Houstonians. Because of your generosity, we helped a lot of people stay warm.
Hey, you remember when last time during Harvey, what happened? Y'all remember when Joel Osteen was like, yeah, I know we got a mega church here and you're looking for shelter, but sorry, maybe another day.
Eat good meals and assisted them through this difficult storm.
My power went out, water went out, so I was at home scared to death.
Here, take this microphone and talk to everybody about how good I am. Joel Osteen, make sure you remember to mention the church.
Didn't know what to do. Called several people and places. Nothing was open, no gas stations, and called 311, and 311 provided a cab. And
listen here, you bitch, you old bitch. You better fucking mention my name right now in the next 3 minutes. Otherwise, this is not going to make it into the fucking cut.
And brought me over to Lakewood Church, and so I've been here since yesterday. It's
good. All right. She mentioned the church. Boys, put it in the cut. All right.
Awesome that they're helping, that they're providing, you know, and they're opening up the doors to everyone, to anyone and everyone.
Hey Lakewood, it's Matt Osteen, and I'm here at our warming center that we opened on Sunday evening to help shelter.
Is he warming them by praying for them directly in their face?
People who
Dude, I hate Joel Osteen so much. I like televangelists are at a different level of evil. Like, they are at a complete different level of evil. Like, I don't know. They're worse than professional Republicans, I would say. Like, anyone who preaches the prosperity gospel, anyone who's a televangelist is some of the worst scumbags. Like, straight up real life devils, okay? They're some of the wealthiest people in this country. They pay $0 in fucking taxes. And then on top of that, like, they are preying on the weak, okay? Their church is funded by, okay, wealthy donors as well, and tithing and whatever the fuck, but mostly funded by those who are in terrible, terrible situations. And if you've ever watched like Joel Osteen deliver a sermon or something like that, you'll hear like he's like, well, as long as you pray to Jesus Christ and as long as you give money to the church, you will prosper. You just have to believe.
Happy 2
It's
months
really
since
fucked up.
Rose.
It's really fucked up that this is their job.
We're coming in out of the unprecedented cold that we're seeing here in Houston, Texas. And I just want to say thank you so much to you and our congregation for everything that you do to help support our efforts here. We could not do things like this without you. And we're so thankful and so grateful that you support our ministry, but that you also volunteer.
All ultra-rich capitalists prey on the weak? Yeah, for sure. But there is a payment in a lot of instances when you are providing a good or a service or a commodity. You get paid for it. It's still unethical. The exploitation that most ultra-wealthy engage in, if not all ultra-wealthy engage in, is completely unethical. This is like one additional layer on top of that, though. Do you understand? Unless you legitimately believe that, like, this is Herbalife. Like, it's just Herbalife for God. Like, there is no actual product that is being delivered.
Volunteer your time, that you pray for us, and that you encourage us, and that you're here alongside us. So even if you can't be in the building with us, we know that you're right here with us, helping bring Jesus Christ's message to all the people who need it, and that you're helping our gospel shine bright in this building as we assist those who need help in this storm and during this unprecedented
Eternal
crisis
life.
in Texas.
Nice. Yeah, this is Joel Osteen trying to make up for what he did during Harvey when he like literally closed his doors. Straight up closed his fucking doors on people who were suffering. Oh, he got an award for Harvey? Yeah, of course he did. Because after everybody fucking yelled at him, Ted Cruz style, he was like, "Oh no, we were just waiting for the right time to open. You don't understand. We were actually waiting for the right time to open during the hurricane. I mean, that's why. But we're fine now." Anyway, she had every damn page of the Bible plastered with that clear craft shit on the walls across her church. They'd be speaking in tongues. What? We need to wait to see if the waters would rise and kill the pores first. Yeah. He didn't even do it at first. He was training for 12 hours before he opened his church. Yeah, I know. I covered it live when it was happening at the time. It's great because he was fucking pissed they had to let people in. Yeah. Most churches, mosques, synagogues, etc. do good work. It's just televangelists that are a special level of evil. Yeah, no, I'm not shitting on like all churches at all. No, televangelists. That's why I specifically said the prosperity gospel and televangelists are like are a unique level of evil. It's hard to describe. Anyway, we talked about Cruz's vacation. Okay, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has threatened to move a state-run coronavirus vaccination event out of one county after facing criticism from local officials that the site favored wealthy neighborhoods over underserved communities.
How about you, top of the hour, some bitches? Thanks for a great 7 months hassle.
Florida Democrats are criticizing the brilliant, wonderful, intelligent, and brave mayor, or not mayor, Governor Ron DeSantis, which is kind of like a mayor, but for the state, who they claim is allowing politics to play a role in the COVID-19 vaccine distribution. He became testy when questioned by reporters at a vaccination event near Lakewood Ranch, an upscale community on Florida's Gulf Coast. The vaccination event was the latest in a series of state-sponsored clinics at retirement communities. Under DeSantis' Seniors First initiative, the COVID-19 vaccine is being made available to everyone age 65 and over in Florida, an estimated 4.5 million people. He reached out to the developer of Lakewood Ranch community, offering to use it as a site for vaccination drive. Working with a county commissioner, the state reserved shots for residents of 2 zip codes in Manatee County. when people started questioning him about this because he was favoring the wealthy old people over poorer old people because the rest of the state was lagging in vaccinations. DeSantis responded by threatening to take the state's vaccination distribution effort elsewhere. If Manatee County doesn't like us doing this, then we are totally fine putting this in counties that want it. We are totally happy to do that. Pretty cool. Oh, Texas Mutual Aid funds that you can donate to, by the way, on Venmo is Dallas at Feed the People Dallas, Houston at Mutual Aid HOU, and Austin at Austin Mutual Aid Hotels. There are some other mutual aid. There are some other mutual aid groups as well and organizations as well that we'll look into a little bit in a moment. NASA is landing a rover on Mars in 20 minutes live stream. Okay, dude. This is all foreshadowing to when the real apocalypse hits and poor people can all just go die for the rich. Yes. So the thing is, this is a it's like a test run. It's like a dry run, basically, for things to come. This is what's going to happen more and more frequently. Why is it going to happen more frequently? Well, because climate change is very real, and its devastating impact on our crippling infrastructure is very real. Austerity and tax cuts for the wealthy. Austerity and tax cuts for the wealthy are stopping us, I guess, from accumulating the necessary funds and resources to rebuild our infrastructure, especially in underserved communities, to make sure that we can mitigate the damage that these communities experience in said times of crisis. And that's why you're going to start seeing it more and more frequently. Politics frogs get so much content. Space frogs are eating today. What is a space frog? Did you see Boris Johnson O.J. Simpson joke? No, I did not. Couldn't the rebuilding of U.S. infrastructure be the biggest jobs program in U.S. history? It could. You know, like a jobs program that we've had before, like a New Deal. You know what I mean? And seeing as though we should also probably shift some of the resources away to find better, more efficient renewable energy initiatives and methods of producing renewable energy, sustainable renewable energy, maybe battery power and whatnot. Maybe like a Green New Deal. You know what I mean? A New Deal, but green. If only there was like a government jobs program, that was an infrastructure bill that also simultaneously was focusing on beefing up our renewable energy and creating a sector that has right now a tremendous amount of growth opportunities and a lot of new jobs opening every day versus a finite resource that is dying and doesn't have nearly as many new jobs. I can't think of anything like that. No one is suggesting things like this because that would be communism anyway.
Green New Deal.
Also, don't worry. You know I'm a space frog, an actual space frog, and I'm skipping the Mars rover thing. Yeah, even Astro Tiggs is not watching the Mars rover thing. I don't know what the fuck you guys are.
Red New Deal.
Yeah. You trying to take my horseshoeing job from me? Have you heard of the Green New Deal? Some lady in New York City proposed it a while back. You should check it out. No, that sounds crazy. New York City? Ew. New York City lady? That must mean communism. Cuomo with the mob shit over here. Don't be ratting. Oh, here, let's do it. We're going to talk about Governor Cuomo and, what he's been talking about. This Italiaphobia is unacceptable. I think everybody's attacking him for no fucking reason.
That, my career will be over.
Tom, could that phone call be included?
What? Oh,
now.
Okay, here.
So, Mr. Assemblyman, I don't know what your response is to the claim of a long and hostile relationship. I'd like to hear more about that. But first, I'd like to ask about that phone call. What exactly did the governor want you to do? And what did he mean by "are you an honorable man"? What was the thing? Can you recount the phone call? And
it's Trump. It is the exact same shit that liberals attack Trump for. I'm sorry. If you find that to be any different than what the fuck Trump did in every interaction that he had with his subordinates,
chop down the meatball,
making sure that they would, be loyal to their capo in every interaction, you are delusional if you don't see how this is exactly the same as Trump.
What the point of it was, the request.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for having me on the show. And I think what's happening here is when we get closer to the truth behind the growing nursing home scandal in New York, Governor Cuomo tries to implicate you in the cover-up or threatens your livelihood if you don't lie for him. And that's what happened to me in the last 1 week. I was one of 6 lawmakers in that private meeting for 2 hours with Secretary DeRosa when she accidentally told us the truth, that there was a cover-up and fear that the information would be weaponized against Governor Cuomo. But that moment, I had to tell the truth, and I had to let the public know what happened. And Governor Cuomo called me the next day at 8 p.m. while I was about to bathe my kids. I was with my wife, and for 10 minutes, he berated me. He yelled at me. He told me that, my career will be over. He's been biting his tongue for months against me. And I had tonight, not tomorrow, tonight, to issue a new statement, essentially asking me to lie, and asking me, I heard and I saw a crime the other day. And he's asking me that I did not see that crime. And that...
You just gobbled your last fucking goal, Ron Kim! Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna go on fucking TV, be a wise guy. Trying to sleep with a fucking fishes over here.
Was the line that he, a line that he crossed that can't be undone. And that's why I had no choice but to come out and speak up. As the chair of the Asian Committee in the State Assembly, it's my job to investigate. It's my job to ask these tough questions, and I shouldn't be punished for doing my job.
So just to be very clear, what exactly was he asking you to lie about, allegedly?
He was asking me to issue a statement countering what I heard the previous day. He was asking me that's not what you heard. This is what he said. Are you a lawyer? That's the first question he asked. And I said, I'm not.
Ron.
It's Willie, guys. Good to have you with us this morning.
You must have not understood what my secretary told you. She didn't say any of that. She said, we have to work on the federal government first and then the state. That's what she said. Go back to your staff and the speaker's staff, draft a statement and issue that tonight. Not tomorrow, do it tonight.
Mr. Kim, it's Willie, guys. Good to have you with us this morning. I just want to read part of a statement yesterday from the Cuomo's office. Quote, Mr. Kim is lying about his conversation with Governor Cuomo Thursday night. I know because I was one of 3 other people in the room when the phone call occurred. At no time did anyone threaten to destroy anyone with their wrath nor engage in a cover-up. That comes from an aide to Governor Cuomo. What do you say to that? Did he explicitly say to you, I will destroy you? We don't have to really guess, I guess, because he went out at his press conference yesterday and went on a long rant about your allegations against you, about your role with nail.
Yeah, dude. Dude, what the fuck, dude? What does he think he's doing? I can't wait to see Chris Cuomo's take. He probably won't talk about it because he's gonna run defense for his brother. He loves his brother, his family first. This family, we take care of family first. We don't think about other shit,
salons in Queens, which is not terribly interesting to our national audience, but he did begin to go after you on a more personal level. So how did you interpret his comments on the phone Thursday night?
I mean, it was loud enough for my wife to hear, and I tried to shield her, but she was in shock.
Has CNN even talked about it? CNN banned him from interviewing his brother? Okay, good. But, has CNN even talked about it? I wonder. Probably. There's no way they didn't.
She didn't get any sleep that night, and we were terrified. And, you know, he left a shocking moment for all of us in our family. And I think...
Does this mean you're going to retire the Cuomo Fauci hat? No, of course not. I've been wearing that hat, ironically, since day one anyway. I've never liked Andrew Cuomo, dude.
Every day, Governor Cuomo and his team defends many different versions of the truth. You know, while lawmakers like me, you know, we're tasked.
The NASA rower landing is super historical. You want to be streaming it? No, I don't. You want to know why I don't? You want to know why I don't give a fuck? Because it's not even a fucking real landing. Okay, we're not even seeing it. No one cares. There's no video stream of the rover. It's just a bunch of fucking nerds in a room talking about landing it. I don't know why you're like losing your shit over it, dude. Because you're a dumb himbo, all of us nerds care? No, you don't.
To pursue the constant singular truth behind what happened in our nursing homes. You know, and the truth is this, Governor Cuomo allowed his top donors to write business-friendly policies like legal immunity for nursing homes. And he ordered the state government to cover life and death information and took away our ability to legislate and change the outcomes of this pandemic. That's what happened. When you don't have the full data, how could we actually know what the problem is? And we could have potentially saved.
Guys, when the actual video comes out, if there is an actual video that they filmed, if that comes out, we'll watch it. Right now, it's just, if I'm not mistaken, I mean, I was monitoring it before. It's just like a simulation, dude. It's not like an actual, they're not actually showing the video. They're just simulating the fucking, this is it. This is what you guys want me to watch.
Perseverance continues to report heartbeat tones indicating everything is nominal.
Okay, what we're looking for now is Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter should be in view soon of our vehicle and be able to listen to ones and zeros coming from a separate radio that's really designed to talk between spacecraft.
Camera reports the electro radio is powered on, ready to receive signals
Glad
from the
to
lander.
keep the party rolling.
Okay.
Keep trying to
Camera is
educate
ready
the smooth brains.
able and waiting for to hear from our rover.
Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter has reported that it's ready to receive the signals from Perseverance. It should
Space
be
Force
in
polys.
a few minutes here. We're just
Flight level 1
from entry interface.
Nerds be like, I can't believe this game has PlayStation 2 graphics, but then you fucking soy face when it's NASA.
We really need it for our own.
When it's NASA throwing up like PlayStation 1 graphics to show you the flight path of a fucking rover.
Maven should begin picking up telemetry
Resident
from
sleeper,
Perseverance
resident sleeper,
and will
resident
continue
sleeper,
to
resident
record that
sleeper.
telemetry until several minutes post-landing. We won't get that data for several hours after landing as it's being recorded and then will be forwarded to Earth later. We are continuing to receive heartbeat tones indicating that everything is nominal. We're currently at about 3 minutes until entry interface.
Okay.
NASA came in the middle of the night to kidnap my dog to put in his fucking probe, and even I'm fucking falling asleep with this cover.
From our radio on the rover.
No, we're watching this. No, we're watching it.
The entry interface is nothing more than just an arbitrary place in the sky that we've defined to be above the atmosphere. But from that point on, there's definitely atmosphere, and above it there isn't.
Here, there's only 3 minutes. You can shut up and watch for fucking 3 minutes, you weirdos.
Transmit heartbeat tones indicating everything
1 year
is
hassle, you
nominal.
brought me through 2020. Thank you so much.
So the tones can tell us whether something is bad or not is happening. So far the heartbeat is doing well. So the vehicle thinks it's in good shape to land, which is a great sign.
Hassle.
We're just under 2 minutes from entry interface. As it gets closer to Mars, Perseverance is actually being pulled in by gravity and accelerating. By the time Perseverance reaches entry interface point, she should be going just under 5.4 kilometers per second. We're at about 90 seconds from entry interface and standing by for Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter to pick up the telemetry.
What a good time to reset riveting heartbeat content. Big ups Hassan.
The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter is now relaying data from Perseverance. 1 minute. We're about 30 seconds from entry interface. Perseverance is going about 5.2 kilometers per second and is about 190 kilometers altitude above the surface of Mars. Confirm your jet data flow.
I just fucking went across time, dude. I just jumped onto. I literally leaped forward.
About seconds from entry interface. 5.3 kilometers per second and an altitude of
Listen,
150.
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about this because, listen. Are there sexy ladies on Mars? No. There it is, dude. I don't care. Are there anime characters on Mars? No.
Pause champ.
We have confirmation of entry interface. Perseverance is currently going 5.3 kilometers per second at an altitude of about
Not interested.
20 kilometers from the surface of Mars. The spacecraft is now waiting until it begins feeling the atmosphere slow it down. Once there is enough atmosphere, it will start controlling its path to the landing target.
Directed by Michael
Navigation is also confirming that we can see a little bit of that slowdown of the atmosphere on the Perseverance entry.
There's microbiomia? Yeah, what the fuck am I going to do with that, dude?
5.36 kilometers per second and an altitude of about 67
Trying to act cool while being a political commentator? I think you're either cool or you're not cool. Like, what you do has no basis in whether you're cool or not. No anime titties on Mars. Fuck this. Reappropriate this money for literally anything else. No. No. I'm not saying that.
The vehicle should be doing its turns right now.
I'm not saying that. Like, no, this is really good. This is good stuff. It's historic. It's good. I'm glad that they're doing it. It's awesome.
We have indications that Perseverance is now performing bank reversals in the atmosphere. These are the steps in order to control its distance to the landing target. Perseverance has just passed through the point of maximum deceleration and has indicated that it felt approximately 10 Earth G's of deceleration.
MRO has lock again.
Yes.
We saw a small outage
What is this
of the
CGI
UHF telemetry from Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter during that peak heating phase. Likely
Maybe they did find some anime titties. Never mind. Look at how excited he got.
Continuing to perform bank reversals in the atmosphere to control its distance to the landing target.
Do you actually believe this technocratic propaganda? No, I think it's all fake, brother. Yeah, you're right. Space is fake. The Earth is flat.
At an altitude of about 16 kilometers from the surface of Mars.
Considering one of the most significant, like, publicly funded research institutions
trying to control the
and their incredibly significant technological achievements here, to be a part of, like, technocratic propaganda is really fucking... Just, you must be a Luddite or something. I don't know. It's really... Imagine shitting on, in my opinion, one of the best jobs programs that we literally have. best government jobs programs that we literally fucking have, dude. So dumb. Hot take, there's a direct equivalence in hating this content and thinking the Earth is flat. No, this is shit content.
Meters per second at an altitude of about 15 kilometers from the surface.
No one would have believed in the last years of the 19th
No, this is not like this is not the greatest content.
Cameron's reporting good telemetry log.
One of my best friends worked on this rover for about 2 years. I don't want to, but can I get a shout out for A?
We are starting the straighten up and fly right maneuver, where the spacecraft will jettison the entry balance masses in preparation for parachute deploy and to roll over to give the radar a better look at the ground.
Yes.
The navigation has confirmed that the parachute has deployed, and we are seeing significant deceleration in the velocity. Our current velocity is 440 meters per second at an altitude of about 12 kilometers from the surface of Mars. Perseverance is now slowed to subsonic speeds, and the heat shield has been separated. This allows both the radar and the cameras to get their first look at the surface. Current velocity is 145 meters per second at an altitude of about 9.5 kilometers above the surface.
My GPU is heating up. My GPU is heating up. It's not it's not loading in. The textures are not loading in.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's a simulation of the actual landing. Hopefully we'll be able to see the actual landing, but not today.
Meters per second, 6.6 kilometers of the surface. Perseverance is continuing to descend on the parachute. We are coming up on the initialization of terrain relative navigation and subsequently the priming of the landing engines. Our current velocity is about 90 meters per second at an altitude of 4.2 kilometers.
Does that mean forced to pretend to care about this? I mean, I watched a Nintendo Direct. This is more interesting than that.
We have confirmation that the lander vision system has produced a valid solution and part of terrain relative navigation. We have timing of the landing engines.
Nintendo Direct had zero fun and cool new things to show us.
Current velocity is 83 meters per second
with the exception
at about 2.6 kilometers from the surface of Mars. We have confirmation that the back shell has separated. We are currently performing the divert maneuver. Current velocity is about 75 meters per second at an altitude of about a kilometer off the surface of Mars.
TRN Safety Bravo.
We have completed our terrain relative navigation. Current speed is about 30 meters per second, altitude of about 300 meters off the surface.
Someone said you're going to have no content now that we landed on Mars. Dude, I know. All of my streaming career was leading up and building up for this moment. And now that the fucking rover landed, I will have no content. It's over. I should just end stream.
Expect the cyclone maneuver.
We've lost direct-to-earth tones.
As expected.
Finish your thought. It's too late, bro. Let it go. I don't remember. Okay, I forgot my thoughts. I have no thoughts. I've never had thoughts. What are thoughts?
We're getting signals from MRO.
UHF is good. Touchdown confirmed. Perseverance safely on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of past life.
Pog! We did it, boys.
At this point, the descent stage has flown away to a safe distance. Perseverance is continuing to transmit direct through Mars orbiter to Earth.
We did it, Reddit.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh.
MRO reports they're still getting telemetry from the lander.
Guys.
All right, all stations.
Guys, thank God the JPL is based out of California, and I think they have another one in Florida too. Because if they were in Texas right now, I feel like they might not have power. Okay, Houston, we have a problem. There's no electricity.
Yeah, we just heard the news that Perseverance is alive on the surface of Mars.
Why is this historic?
Flight, we have seen the completion of EDL 3000.
Copy activity. That is as expected.
Any way you can put that tweet with mutual aid? Wait, hold on. Shit, 1 second.
From the lander.
No, I can't. Hold on.
We have just heard the news that Perseverance is alive on the surface of Mars. Congratulations to the mission. And looks like we have some more news in. It looks like we're getting the first image. Here, take a look at the first image.
Flight, this is OL3. I have the target point on the map when you are ready.
We are ready, OL3. Go for it.
Hello, chat. Sorry to interrupt, but has anyone seen my alien? Please. I need some help to find my alien. Please.
Flight, I'll be moving in, showing you the safe zone that we've landed in.
Ooh, baby.
Just put the first image from Perseverance on the surface of Mars.
Look at those sexy photos,
from
dude.
The engineering cameras, known as the hazard camera. This camera is mainly used to help the rover drive safely around Mars. And we will
look at
get
those
higher
rocks.
resolution photos later in the day.
Stop being cynical. No, this is cool. This is actually fucking cool. You get to see fucking Mars, dude. I mean, it doesn't get any cooler than that.
This is amazing. Cruz is actually in the rover.
Where's Andrew?
4 months of this political shit leading up to this moment.
For Steve. Stand by for Steve.
Unlocked spawn point. Yeah, we got Mars. Mars spawn point is unlocked, boys. You can teleport quickly if you hit F8. You can teleport quickly to Mars.
You did it. You did it. You did. You led the team. You made it happen. Congratulations.
Hopefully one day Murad is going to be in a room like
Can't
this.
wait for Perseverance to find me some alien code she blessed. Stand by for Steve Pog.
We just got our second image in. Our second image is in.
Okay, these we have a camera in the front and rear of the spacecraft. They're near the ground, so these are pretty close. So you can see the wheels there, and they're a little dirty because we've got glass covers over these cameras. But we took these seconds after landing, so they're still dust in the air from our landing event. So this is
Dog, if they did a manned spacecraft mission to Mars, you would have fucking heard about it, okay?
This is really amazing. And
like, trust
we even
me.
know where we landed. This is the most amazing thing. The vehicle has told us where it's landed because it figured it out. You know, this is a sign. NASA works. NASA works. And when we put our arms together and our hands together and our brains together, we can succeed. This is what NASA does. This is what we can do as a country on all of the problems we have. We need to work together to do these kinds of things and make success happen.
NASA works.
That's nice. Next pick is a 3-booby alien. We're gonna get a space nudes. I'll take the fucking TOS charge for that.
And joining us now is the acting administrator of NASA, Steve Jurczyk. Steve, welcome and congratulations.
Hey, thank you. What an amazing day.
How does it feel to have another rover on Mars?
It's amazing to have Perseverance join Curiosity.